Or what? How do you get one of those, Ben? You got a BTX. You got a longer time. All those things like non-TV converter box, something like that. Wow. Decoder box from New York. That's pretty cool.
And with episode of Ben's Junk. Because yes, you can always add on to Ben's Junk. So anyway, as of my shooting this, the prehistoric UHF episode of Archive has not dropped yet. So I'm just guessing, really just more assuming, that viewers will notice the UHF converter that I had on my bookshelf for the box segments
Stop kicking me. I don't know what YouTube's doing for, but I want to watch this and
and
react to this.
want to know if it works, and if so, how, at least loosely. So, anyway, this is a blonder tongue. I still think that's a horrible name. A blonder tongue
What?
BTX 111 UHF ultraverter. So, yeah, UHF converter. Now, I believe this dates to the latter half of the 60s, but I could be totally wrong about that. And of course, these things were meant to be hooked up to a TV with only a VHF tuner, so channels 2 through 13. And obviously, this thing is old enough to where channels 70 through 83 are still considered possibilities. The last channel 70 plus station at least moved in 1973.
Okay.
So, anyway,
Really?
this thing is
I have a
as
TV from
basic
1985 still has
as
83 on
one
there.
would expect. We got a power switch slider thing, so off, on, that's about it. And then we got two dials here. So we got the main one for quicker tuning, and then the smaller fine-tune one. But you can also use it in lieu of the main one. So if I start cranking it, you can see the main dial.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
There.
That's kind of neat.
So anyway, if the cables will allow, let's jump to the back here. So once again, truly basic stuff. So in this case, well, we've got a pre-wired thing to go to the TV. And yeah, it's all screw terminals, so no standard coax cable as we know it quite yet.
I
and
have
actually,
TV.
I should note here, since we have to deal with that, we truly get to go old school today.
Wow. Oh, that is ancient.
But anyway, getting back to this, we've got the main pre-installed stuff to hook to the TV. You do have a spot for a VHF antenna or just UHF. And I do have one that I could steal from another set of rabbit ears that fits this, but it's just not practical. It doesn't like to hold, and I'm just not going to do that, so I'll do the adapter thing. But anyway, I don't have the original antenna that came with this, but if my own one is anything to go by, it does obscure the extra outlet. But yeah, I could be totally wrong about that. So anyway, let's just take a quick look at the bottom here, and approved for color. So anyway, it mentions that you need to tune to channel 5 or 6, and in this case it will be channel 5. It does not give me an option, and if there is a way to change it, I don't know how. I'm not going to open
That's
this.
different.
This is just cheap plastic.
VCRs,
so I'm afraid
3 or
that
4.
I'll destroy the thing, and also I don't want to potentially sacrifice a currently working piece of gear for that.
A
So,
VCR would...
these things are cheap and
That makes
plentiful
sense,
on
though.
eBay if you want to
Wait, you didn't give VCR in the 50s. Oh, that's right. VCR... Okay, your basic VCR says go to channel 3 or channel 4. I know because I have a VCR right now in my room. It says go to channel 3 or channel 4. So, that makes perfect sense, though, actually. It does.
one just to tear it apart.
But 5 or
But,
6? Wow.
anyway, let's take a cut here, and we'll take a look at a rather necessary piece to today's puzzle. So to test out the ultraverter, we're gonna need to fudge a broadcast. So I'm gonna do my usual broadcasting out the back of a VCR method of micro broadcasting.
Which is
But
legal.
the thing is, when I do that, that defaults to channel 3. And so we're going to need a channel modulator to divert that signal elsewhere. So, for reasons that I'll get back to, I've chosen channel 52 for this experiment. Anyway, just briefly here, first
Channel
and
57
foremost,
is
these things were
86
meant for
around here.
people, I guess, generally living in a broadcast dense area where the option of channel 3 or 4 didn't really cut it, like with regards to hooking up a VCR or video game console. And of course, you can kind of make up your own purpose for this, sometimes slightly nefarious ones. But I personally picked this one up because I was trying to unravel the broadcast mystery that is on TV, pay TV, of which I've only ever been half successful. So, for a little bonus bit at the end of today's video, even though it's totally unrelated to the ultraverter, I will dust off the on TV decoder box and briefly discuss my, alas, very incomplete findings. But anyway, let's take a cut here. I will set up KLAK TV, temporarily operating on channel 52, and we'll show the ultraverter in action. And yeah, really, I'm amazed the transistors on that thing have held up.
Don't say nothing won't work.
Okay, we've got KLAK, temporarily channel 52, on the air. And we're doing a special edition of the Archive Late Night Public Domain Theater at the moment. So I'm going to have to manhandle the tripod for this, but let's take a look at the signal flow. So because we're such a classy outfit, our movie is sourced from VHS. So we're going from VHS to the channel modulator, down to the antenna booster, to a pair of rabbit ears, so I guess technically our tower at the moment. So on the receiving end of things, we got my little 13-inch CRT with the blonder tongue hooked up, and instead of the separate UHF antenna, I just put another normal rabbit ears, again coming from the blonder tongue, so we're not bypassing anything. And
I wish I could do that. Make it legal.
I should show this just in case anybody thinks I'm yanking your chain here. So I grabbed my little handheld TV, as I almost always do for this micro broadcasting stuff, just to make sure something works, something quick and handy. So we'll put it into UHF mode, and it should land at channel 52. And see if you recognize the movie. A true classic.
Mayor Graffiti?
So anyway, let's make the old blonder tongue come back to life here. So the TV should already be on channel 5. And I'm going to have to take off my lavalier so I can walk in front of the mic and do all this. But yeah, it looks like we're ready to roll here. So just give me a moment. And I should note that it does take a little while to dial in programming. So I may have to cut a little, hopefully not, but we'll just see what happens. On, and we're gonna start working our way up. Oh, I think I may have already got it. Let's see if we can pull it in. There we go. Get some sound. She lives.
Wow, still works after 60 plus, almost 60, over 60 years old. surprised it still works. Now, on
So
TV.
when I first got the On TV box back in 2019, I unsurprisingly got a bunch of comments asking me to try and figure out how On TV was broadcast. And I was going to do an episode on it at one point because I did more or less figure it out, but there's a little problem. I've only ever been able to just half reproduce it. So this unit was indeed from somewhere in or near LA and was used to pick up the scrambled On TV broadcasts.
I'm excellent, guys. I'm not leaving, guys. I just put the thing over the door. Took the cat to the VET today, and this is almost over with anyway, so it's pretty good, guys. I mean, minus my signal getting chopped up to pieces. I don't. Today's been doing pretty good, guys. I mean, Price Right's not even on yet? Okay, maybe we will do Price. Who knows what we'll do today? Maybe I'll put something on. Maybe I'll do some video work. Ooh, I definitely know what I need to do. I need to go on GTA 5 today. I haven't been on there in 2 weeks. I have to go there today and see what the new car is and maybe get some money because I need to be on there. I haven't been there in 2 days.
Over KBSC channel 52.
So this is over. I'm going to go in my room.
My use of channel 52 today should make sense now. So I was able to confirm all that with the help of the channel modulator, but the problem is there's no sound. Now I can run this box just as a straight power choke sort of deal or run a VCR through it and still get sound. So functionally there is nothing wrong with the box.
This is in my ear.
So then it became trying to find the audio. So I went through, of course, all the TV channels and got nothing. I tried running my little AM and FM transmitters, and the audio is nowhere in those necks of the woods. And so I've since come to the conclusion that the audio was probably broadcast sideband. And I think the audio is still somewhere in the general UHF TV band, if not really directly within analog channel 52's bandwidth. But it's just tucked away someplace that I don't have the means of broadcasting on. And even if I did, I would probably need another license for it. I don't think my ham radio license would cut it for that. But hey, I've been wrong before. So anyway, just briefly here, I want to show you what I have been able to pin down. And once again, just to show that there's no trickery involved, I grabbed my little handheld TV and we'll turn it on and you'll see that we have picture and sound. And here, little music, yeah. So I'll have to take my mic off again, but I'll show you what I've got, my underwhelming results to date.
You got to work. That's pretty.
So, picture, but just static for sound. But anyway, I figured since I had the channel modulator out that I would just give a little update on that. But otherwise, that is it for this installment of Ben's Junk. I'll talk to you again soon.
Big ass hair on my head. I pulled a zit out of my hair.
The all-new Google Pixel 6. It's smart enough to make blurry faces go, bye.